Hello there YouTube, Elita Legionarii here, bringing you a 2 vs 2 for Total War Rome 2. Again, one of my mini 2v2s with the SwedishLandskekt. He commands the Massagetae, or the Massagetae, depending on how you want to say it. I command Sparta, and our opponents are the Suebi and Rome. So, let's check out my army first. I have 2 units of citizen cav. This is just for running off enemy missiles, close support, just anything like that. Give me a wee bit of mobility. And the rest of my army is made up of Spartan pikemen. I think I had about 8 of those. Did I? I think there's 4 in the front. 10 Spartan pikemen, I believe it was, with anywhere between 3 and 4 upgrades each. Then I had 4 units of Royal Spartans, 2 on each flank there, 2 in the back as reserves, and then I had 4 Helot slingers, I believe it was. So that's my army. The SwedishLandskekt army is, let's go to slow motion actually. His army consists of, actually no, I don't need slow motion, but it was not too aggressive in this one. At the front he's bringing out 3 armoured horse archers. He likes the nomad tribes, and most of them are big horse archer builds for him. He has, I think, 4 more armoured horse archers for a total of 7 so far. Then of course the power of this army is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it's 6 units of Saka cataphracts, and then he's got some steep horse archers in the back there, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 8th unit here is a steep horse skirmisher. So that's that army. The Suebi army, we have 2 units of noble riders here. We have a 3rd one there and a 4th one there, so 4 of those altogether. We've got 2 berserkers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swordmasters, 2 Germanic youths. That's pretty standard, and I believe in a moment, when I get close enough, I will reveal 3 night hunters that should come to existence in a moment over here. The Roman player has 3 Triarii here. They actually might have been what I thought. That might have been the units he had hidden there. I might be getting mad. No, there are Night Hunters. Sorry, there we go. 3 Night Hunters for the Suebi player over here. So we have 4 Triarii down here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 armour legionnaires, and I believe there are a few Praetorian cavalry somewhere as well. Here we go. No, they're war dogs. 2 war dogs. Interesting. And I think there's some Praetorian cavalry as well, if I remember correctly. Interesting too, the Roman player has got the fireball traps. And that's something I have a wee bit of a frustration with at the moment. No matter what happens, I host a game, right, and the ability to choose equipment is blanked out, but somehow my opponents can keep bringing them. Now, not that I really desperately want to use traps or anything, but it kind of just annoys me a bit that for some reason I can't use them, or our team can't use them, but the enemy can. So maybe I've got something selected wrongly. If you guys know the answer to that problem I just mentioned, perhaps you could leave a comment below. I'd appreciate that, because for some reason I cannot use them, but neither can the SwedishLandskekt, but we run into multiple opponents who can, so I don't really know what that's about. It's bizarre, because when you select on the equipment thing, whether you normally select them from, it's blanked out, like you can't click on it, it's blanked out. So I don't know why that is. Anyway, the SwedishLandskekt, I believe he's having problems with these dogs. Can we actually watch those dogs? Will it show these guys? Yeah, no, I was hoping it would actually show the dogs. I don't think if I click on them it'll... Yeah, nah. Oh, that's unfortunate. But they're running him around a bit, being a bit of a nuisance, nipping at his heels there, and of course dogs are fast. But so that's keeping him micro busy there. But what I've done is I've shifted my whole army out to the far left here, because it evens the terrain out quite a bit more. And this was, I think, like one of our earliest battles on patch 7. So that makes for an interesting battle indeed. And anyway, the Suebi play's coming over, but the Swedes will start moving the rest of his army out of the woods now. And we're just going to skirmish away at the Suebi player. We figure that this Roman player wants to stay up here so he can use his rolly ball things. So we're just going to ignore that, bypass them, and bully the Suebi player if possible. The Roman player will probably either sacrifice position, in which case we can come in and perhaps relinquish it off him, or whatever, anything like that, basically. But at the moment we're just going to bully the Suebi player, concentration missile fire and all that sort of thing. I'm going to start with these berserkers. They're not heavily armoured, actually in fact they've got 0 armour, so the shields will give them a bit of defence, but concentrated missile fire will drop these berserkers, and berserkers are a fairly valuable unit you don't want to waste, and they're quite a lot better now on patch 7. But as you can see, this unit of berserkers takes a pretty big thrash, and you can see the stone balls on the ground there from my slingers. It's already lost 14 men, and I'm concentrating my volleys on them, even though I'm shooting them from the front. And the more men he loses, the easier it becomes to kill them. So that's working out pretty well. The SwedishLandskekt charges here with the Massagetae while this guy's out of position and does a lot of damage. And of course on patch 7 it takes heavy infantry quite some time to get up. I managed to rout that unit, get down to 15 pretty much, and he just quickly pulls out, being that disengagement is so much better on patch 7. And he managed to soften up about 30 men out of all those units, or 25 to 30 men out of each of those units, so it's a pretty good trade-off for the SwedishLandskekt. Alright, what else is going on? Just trying to check. He looks like he might have got those armoured horse archers to the SwedishLandskekt. It's the thing what happens when you spread your army over 2 sections. It becomes very hard to micro if they're on different sides of the map. But that charge worked out quite well. These berserkers and the ones that I attacked and stuff have been quite badly weakened. So I'm just going to keep shifting this way for now. See if I can draw some of those Roman troops this way, just to get him off the hill. The SwedishLandskekt is going to keep this charging and his battles up, so let's get some nice close-ups of those for you. Gotta love the Massagetae Sarka cataphracts. They are absolutely epic. So there we go, look at that lovely hammer, pickaxe, almost like a pickaxe style axe hammer thing. Very much enjoy it, a lot of fun. He's doing a great job actually. Although once he gets bogged down, he could be in a bit of bother, but he's doing a pretty good job here really. He's got these guys encircled, however these guys are coming in to get him now, so he'll be disengaging soon. The Sarka cataphracts are doing very well though, building up some nice kills there. Let's watch this perspective from the German perspective. I think so some nice stuff going on. But as you can see, some of the German cavs coming in, so the SwedishLandskekt wants to be getting out of this soon. So there we go, he's disengaging now. Some of these units will probably be a wee bit harder to disengage. Units that are like encircled or really entrenched still take a bit of time to disengage. That is pretty realistic though. But the units that are just on the outskirts disengage very quickly with very minimal losses, which is so much better, especially for shock cav. So here he brings his horse archers out to put some heavy shot down on these guys in their flank and stuff, and he does pretty nasty amounts of damage just with that alone. He brings the rest of his guys now focusing on these dudes, as are my slingers. So as you can see, this unit gets torn down to half strength just in a few volleys there. So he's forced to disengage. So the Roman player is not really supporting his ally, where we're working together against the Suebi, so we're managing to put down quite a bit of damage on him as a result. So here I see these Roman Praetorian cav. So he's probably going to take a crack at my slingers there, or at least I thought he would. I decided to just shoot them a little bit when I see them right there. I think maybe he was thinking to charge me while I didn't have my pikes down, but then I just see him in time and I put him down, so that's going to stop that happening. And I'll get my guys behind the line so I can put some slingshots down from a protected position. As you can see, I'm not sure where the SwedishLandskekt. There we go, the Sarka cataphracts are over here. Still in fairly good numbers really. And dealt out, probably destroyed near enough to half of those Suebi infantry. So he's going to pump down a whole lot more shots, which is good. Now I've got my guys in here, got my cav in there to assist. What I've done is I've moved my pikes virtually to the border here. I was just trying to block this region off, because the Roman player's given up, so this basically, given his position up, that means his rolling balls are now useless, because no one's going to be fighting on that angle basically. These guys are charging in, but pretty darn exhausted, and they're taking a lot of missile fire there, and I just run my dudes away. Well, that's what I thought I did. Okay, perhaps I didn't do that. I thought I did run my cav away though. That I just wasn't paying attention to that section of the field. Yeah, I ran my cav straight away from that. And what was I going to do with them? I'm not actually sure. I got we route that unit anyway. I'm not really sure what I was going to do with my cav there, to be honest. Right, so up the top, the Roman player charges in. I didn't micro it enough to cover this gap, that was a big mistake. But he goes straight into the front of this phalanx, so that's an easy piece of work for this phalanx to destroy that unit of Knight Raiders there. So already pretty much routing. However, I should have managed that better, to be honest. I have used a unit of Royal Spartans as a reserve there, but it's a wee bit far back. I send my cav this way as well now, because I figure from this point of perspective that the SwedishLandskekt should have the Suebi player pretty much beaten up here pretty badly now. But I've still got a couple of Royal Spartans there, or 3 Royal Spartans if he desperately needs them or anything like that. But over here, I was able to put a unit in to support, so they got pretty good angle on these Knight Raiders, so they should be able to beat them, I suspect, yes. However, they are a bit out of position there now, and I was trying to organise things. I probably should have, been getting over here a bit quicker, but I'm alright for now. There's some good pike action for you, even though pikes are definitely worse on this patch. So here comes some Triarii into the gap, but I'm going to pull off these pikes to face it, although he may disrupt this formation a little bit. But I still do pretty well. Yeah, this pike unit's gotten really, really bad. Like, I don't know what the hell it's doing, to be honest. When I tried moving it, it's just getting really messed up. Over here, my Royal Spartans should be able to hold these guys down for quite a while. Got some of his cav pinned up. Royal Spartans look fairly cool. So those Suebi are in a bit of trouble. SwedishLandskekt has got his Massagetae up against these Praetorian cavalry. They should easily be able to win that fight. Although they're probably a wee bit tired from before, but I suspect they should still be fine. So he's doing a pretty nice job in this fight. Gotta love Massagetae cav. So I slipped my cav round behind here with the express purpose of killing these guys. I'm going to circle most of them now anyway in this particular section. However, there are more Triarii coming in, but I can still keep peeling units off and bringing in 2 of my Spartan pikemen to block this gap here. So I'm still doing pretty good here with my pikemen. For the most part, one of them's already got 230 kills there, so it's pretty good. Over here, I'm getting a bit swamped because these Suebi infantry are sword infantry should probably be able to beat my hoplite units, but these are very good hoplites. They'll take a long time to rout, and that's getting very up close and personal there. Because it's my general's unit, so I'm rallying pretty good. Over here, the Roman cav is getting pretty thrashed by these Massagetae. It's these Massagetae, which of course are the best cav in the game at the moment. So they're doing a very good job against these Romans, and there's got all 4 archers in there as well, so that'll speed the process up. However, one of my guys routes here, because there's quite an overwhelmingly large number of sword masters fighting just a couple of hoplites here, and of course sword masters will beat hoplites. Over here, I create a second line with my Spartan pikemen, so I'm able to block out all his infantry basically. He's not really being able to outflank me. However, this pike unit was glitching. I couldn't get it to turn round, so it's getting beaten up kind of badly, which is unfortunate. But I've got a Royal Spartan in the side and another one in the side here, so I should be alright from that perspective. But it was glitching quite badly, unfortunately. So the rest of the Roman army comes in, and he's going to try and charge me while I was reforming. But I quickly stop so that I can at least catch his flank there. So I've got these armoured legionnaires on the flank, and he's not going to be able to outflank any of my pikemen. That's the important thing. If he can outflank them, he'll destroy them. However, armoured legionnaires probably would be able to. They can beat Spartan pikemen stuff in the front now on this patch for sure. But as long as there's not too many gaps for them to get into, or they can't wrap it, you should be fine. So that's what's going on here. I'm pretty good with my pike fight against these armoured legionnaires at the moment, but it'll be pretty even for the most part. I do have some upgrades which helps, but I mean you can go around, you can get sort of like Roman infantry and stuff can can spread them loose and stuff, and they can actually get into gaps and things, and they rip up pikemen pretty badly there. Over here, he's got around this unit, so that's not a good thing. But I have a reserve unit, although I don't know how long it takes me to realise that happened. It was kind of trying to micro it all. I've got some cav, and I'll be putting missile fire down. Here I would draw the Spartan pikeman back while he's chasing me, and I believe I'll attempt to reform here, although I don't see their phalanx coming out for some reason, so that unit's probably going to get destroyed. Here, where he's trying to outflank me, I bring in my reserves. Over here, as you can see, he kind of pushed straight through, and my guys are taking a pretty big thrashing. So as I said, a lot of the pike units are much easier to beat even from the, like, you can actually fight them on the front with some effect now. But these guys are sandwiched up against my pikes there. So they're kind of getting pushed forward there. It's quite amusing watching them just sort of fall forward like that. As you can see, the Suebi player has been destroyed. Over here I'm slightly outflanked. These guys, oh no, I had some problems with some of my pikes. They're still pretty glitchy. They weren't responding very well. Like this sort of thing here where they will face the wrong way. It's kind of hard to get them to actually obey you. But where I got them on the front there, a lot of these Legionnaires are getting pretty thrashed. Although once these guys drop their pikes, or for some strange reason they won't be able to win it. But these armoured Legionnaires, as you said, they go from the front, they can actually get inside the formation sometimes, and that causes problems as well. So that's a bit annoying, but that's alright. I did enough damage when I hit the phalanx. As you can see, he's routing all along the line pretty much. Up here, again, I still haven't probably set myself up very well up here, to be honest. But it doesn't matter, we've got him outflanked, and we'll destroy him in a moment. So let's probably go to this unit, I think. There is the Roman general right there. Right in our face, Roman style. So there you go. That's the end of that one, I think. For some reason they're going to show the statistics though. That's unusual. Not sure why that is. But anyway, a pretty decisive victory for both myself and the SwedishLandskekt. I'm in very good numbers, as is he. So it was fairly decisive. So good game to our opponents. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll link the SwedishLandskekt channel, of course. Be sure to check it out. And thanks for watching, guys, again. And I'll see you soon next time.